What's up, everybody? Toadbeats Guy here, and we're going to be talking about TNA Slammiversary, but more in particular, we're going to be talking about Kurt Angle being inducted into the TNA Hall of Fame. Now, honestly, I thought that it was going to be Jeff Jarrett. Smalls was saying it's going to be Hulk Hogan. We even joked about it being Macho Man because, you know, that's TNA's logic. But honestly, Kurt Angle going into the TNA Hall of Fame was the biggest surprise I could possibly think. I didn't think it was going to be him at all. When I was thinking of names, he didn't even come up in my list that I thought of. So he's in it. Now, what do I think? I think that it's kind of TNA's way of giving the middle finger to WWE. They inducted Sting to the Hall of Fame. WWE hasn't inducted him. Induct Kurt Angle in the Hall of Fame before WWE can do it. That's the way I see it. I see them giving a middle finger to it. And honestly, the whole concept of a Hall of Fame, and not even just a WWE Hall of Fame, a TNA Hall of Fame, or Wrestling Hall of Fame. I mean, like, as far as like baseball, sports, whatever you want to talk about. Hall of Fame should be for guys when they're done with their careers, they've finished their careers, and then they go into the Hall of Fame. A lot of people can say, well, Ric Flair went in the Hall of Fame and he still wrestled. Well, Ric Flair is kind of a different guy because he didn't actually retire. He had his retirement match, went in the Hall of Fame, but still, you know, whatever. He's Ric Flair. He does what he wants. Ric Flair's crazy. Honestly, I think it's dumb to have Kurt Angle in the Hall of Fame. I'm not saying he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame. I just don't think he should be in the Hall of Fame now. I think Jeff Jarrett would be a perfect guy because Jeff Jarrett came in. He's the one who founded TNA along with his dad, and they started their own company. They started TNA, and without him, there would be no TNA. If you watch the TNA Year 1 DVD, he talks about how WCW went under, there was nothing going on, and he decided, you know what, we need to make a company for people to wrestle in. And I think Jeff Jarrett's a perfect guy. I think he should be in it. Some people say he's the Triple H of TNA, where he held a title, put other guys down, but Jeff Jarrett was sort of a name. He was a big guy in WWE. I guess a big guy. By big, I mean mid-card. And then he was a semi-popular guy in the end of WCW. So it only made sense that you could use him. And then there's also one of those things. When you go back to the territories and you think of the old territory days, they would always make their world champion guys that they knew were reliable, like sons of the Booker or the Booker himself. And the reason is because you don't want to have guys come in and then just leave the company. You got to give it to a guy that you know that's going to stick around, and it's just something that they did. I think regardless of all the politics, regardless of whatever you think of Jeff Jarrett, I think he should have been in the Hall of Fame. Kurt Angle did a little nod to him and said, yeah, ha ha ha, but not really laughing at him, but he kind of did. But this is what I said. I made a joke on Twitter saying, LOL, Jeff Jarrett stole Kurt Angle's wife, so Kurt Angle stole Jeff Jarrett's Hall of Fame induction. And it was really popular, and I thought it was funny. I thought it was a great status. But seriously, I did not see that one coming. I honestly expected Jeff Jarrett to be inducted, not Kurt Angle. Like I said, I think Kurt Angle could go in the TNA Hall of Fame, but I think he should wait till the end of his career. Honestly, that's the way I see it. But that means we have two members of the main event Mafia inducted in the Hall of Fame. That's right. What are we going to get next year? Kevin Nash? Then Booker T? Then Scott Steiner? Who knows? The whole main event Mafia could be inducted. Honestly, next year, I probably see a guy like Hulk Hogan being inducted. A lot of people say AJ Styles, but I think AJ Styles is still in his prime in the wrestling. I think he still can go. I think he still needs to not be inducted. I think they need to choose guys that aren't wrestling anymore. That's the way I see it. As far as any Hall of Fame goes. It is weird, though. We're going to have to wait and see who will induct Kurt Angle into the Hall of Fame. I'm kind of thinking it might be Samoa Joe, because when you remember he came in, he was one of the guys that first went face-to-face with. They could even have Christian come back. What, is Christian going to be the official inductor of people? But honestly, I don't know who they would really do. I think Samoa Joe's a good fit. But really, I don't know. It's just kind of surprising. But I do want to know you guys' thoughts. Are you happy that Kurt Angle's in the Hall of Fame? Do you think they should have waited? Do you think Jeff Jarrett should have been in? Or should they pick somebody totally different? Leave your comments below. Hit that like button if you do enjoy this video. And as always, Tony Pizza Guy, frag out.